All right. So I'm gonna wait till we get like some people up in here, and then I'll get on my little soapbox. But right now, talking to myself. No, nobody's in here. Just me and my thoughts. So, what I will do is do a little 180 of the classroom for people who watch the video on the YouTube. If we don't get deleted again, all right. So, all right, we got 4 people. All right, y'all. Grand risings, y'all. Let me get my stuff set up before I get onto my soapbox, like I had said. All right, so if you're looking for a class to sign up here, yeah, grand risings, grand risings. All right, so for the 4 of y'all in here, 5 of y'all now. All right, who? Who? All right, so before I get my soapbox, let some people get in here, but I am going to be talking about, how I feel about the ATF brace ruling, because other people have asked me, should we panic? What should we do? Eric, what's up, girlfriend? Eric, I don't know if you're at work, but if you're not, you should definitely come by the office. What up? What up? All right, we got 6 people. All right, so whatever, we'll go. We'll just get started. I ain't gonna make y'all wait. So most of us have heard about the ATF brace ruling, where they basically made millions of Americans felons overnight. And Joe Biden basically, let me stop doing that. Joe Biden basically gave us 120 days, whatnot, to register our braces, right? Because otherwise it'll be a illegal SBR, which I find funny. But my thoughts on it is that, first of all, the ATF make suggestions. They don't make laws, right? They're not a law enforcement agency. All they do is basically make up real, you know, strict writing. That's about it. They basically try to make the writing to influence like the politicians to pass these laws, right? To ban these guns. They say because of our findings on this, yada yada, you guys should do this. So it's basically they're just suggestions, aggressive suggestions, right? It's nothing law abiding. But one thing I ask is like, well, if you're gonna make everyone register, like, like you talk about the register, you got 120 days to register. I was immediately thinking, it's like, well, if nobody registers, how are they gonna know who has a brace, right? But at the same time, if you do register, you're basically putting your a target on your own back because you're basically telling the government, this is who I am, this is where I live, this is what I do, and this is what I have. So at any point in time you want to come, you know who to come for, right? And again, they said 120 days. Someone brought up a good point that says that the ATF only processes like 2 million certain tax stamps a year, right? So if they get 40 million, it's going to take a lot longer than 120 days. So what happens to those people who put in their registry, right? They register the brace, and now it's been longer than 120 days. Are these people felons now? They did what the law said to do, but now who's the ATF going to come for? Those people, because guess what? You put all your information out there. So I'm not giving up my brace. I didn't lose my brace. I hate when people say, "Oh, I lost in a boating accident," or "You should bury it," or "I'm just gonna comply." When you do shit like that, that's what gives them the power to keep doing what they're doing. Right? When you say just comply, well, why would they stop passing these bullshit laws if every time they pass a bullshit law, you're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'll just comply." Well, they're just gonna keep giving it to you if you're just gonna keep folding. All right. Eric says, "What about the people in the states where SBR is illegal?" Right. So like, that's funny. Shout out, shout out. But I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think about this brace? This ban the brace, whatever it is. I'm waiting for all the lawsuits to come through because there's going to be a hella lawsuits. There's no way that this is justifiable. This is a huge infringement upon our rights. Um, Again, from if you honestly ask me from the get go, we should never even had brace, right? It should have just been put a stock on it from the get go. We should never had to have braces. We should never have to register SBRs. We shouldn't have to register suppressors. I don't know why we have to register these inanimate objects, right? It's just again, it's just a way to control, right? Oh, if you want to have this, well, you better give us all this information so when we want to come for you, we know who to come for. And so again, just a way to control the people, keep them in order. Oh, I better not do nothing wrong because the government know I got all these machine guns and SBRs. The moment I do something wrong, they coming in my house. Oh, all right. So exactly, you give it in, so they take 1,000 yards. And the thing is, if we keep letting them do it, why would they stop? Like they're not. The government isn't this like human. Granted, it's a bunch of people, but it's like the worst kind of people, if you ask me, right? So it's basically like if Satan built an organization, it would be like the government, right? So why would you expect him to stop doing what he's doing, if especially if you're just gonna let him keep doing it? So I like what T-Rex Arms said. Instead of like trying to hide the braces, we should buy more of them, right? Instead of 40 million braces right now, everyone should buy a brace. All those 40 million people who have a brace, if 40 million people have it, I know people like me have multiple braces, but all those people should buy another brace and just keep buying a brace. Like if we bought a brace every month, like that would really jack up the market when it's just like, okay, now it went from 40 million braces to 240 million braces. Like now it kind of really is like, all right, guys, we're dealing with so many people have that's like trying to ban cars. So many people have a car that you try to ban cars, but you would literally kind of crash the American system. So like you can't ban a car. So that's what I would suggest. We all go out and buy more braces. Everyone just buy brace after brace after brace, and we buy short barrel uppers, rifles, whatever you want to call it. Buy more AR-15s, AR-15, AR-15. So if there's 10 million AR-15s, a year from now there should be 100 million AR-15s. You know what I mean? And so there's so many AR-15s that just to conceive, just to make the like, just for them to even conceive the thought that we're going to even ban this many guns is kind of crazy. So that's what I would do. You know, shit, I might do that too. I might just buy another brace and build another short barrel just for the fuck of it, right? Just to say fuck the government. So, all right, exactly. He is taking notes, right? He's watching everything we do, right? See this camera? They're watching this. They're watching everything we do, right? Yeah, exactly. Common use, like I just said, the car, right? You would literally crash the American system if you did that. Mm. Right? Exactly. True. Freedom ain't free. It costs a lot. But we do have the First Amendment. So you should speak on these things. Always trying to, yes, be wise. Dog. That's why I ain't going out here saying go storm the government building again like those people did. That's dumb. That's not going to get you nowhere. But definitely getting the information out to people and awareness to people, especially people who really don't know what's going on, those people who are more likely to be influenced. Um, Definitely videos like this or people speaking out will help that. Venture's Guide to the Galaxy. I like that name. But definitely, again, like how Black Poindexter just said, common use. If there's if so many people have it, then it's what can you do? To be honest, it's like the war on drugs. Like there's so many drugs out there that really the ban drugs. Like really, now it's to the point where there's like, all right, there's so many people out there smoking weed that you might as well give them medical marijuana. Let's if you're gonna smoke weed, at least let us make sure it's good weed, right? And no, in theory, I know they whoever and whatnot, but that's in theory because of how many people in America smoke marijuana, right? So if so many people have a brace at a certain point, no, they're just gonna be like, you know what, whatever, y'all just have it. So, but on again, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on here, right there. See, and that makes a difference. They talk about banning it so they scare you from doing it. But if you hear that and then you go buy 3 rifles or build 3 rifles, Now it's kind of counterproductive to what they want. And now they coming out. If every time you said stop doing something and someone did it, eventually you're gonna stop telling them to do it, right? Because every time I tell this person don't buy a gun, he's gonna go out and buy a gun. So eventually you're just gonna just be quiet. Straight up, you're just gonna shut up because like again, it's not helping what you're trying to do. So that's a good point. That is a good point. If I'm gonna register a brace or register this thing as an SBR, why put a brace on it? I could just put a stock on it. So again, that's a smart point right there. That defeats the whole purpose. If I'm gonna register my AR pistol as an SBR, why do I need to register the brace? If it's gonna make this an SBR, then I'll just take all the brace and put on a real ass stock. So the whole point of doing this is pointless. If you're gonna make every AR pistol an SBR, then all right, all they're gonna do is just take all the braces and put on a stock. So I'm not sure what. Again, the government, So that's a good question. I honestly, Ali, I can't necessarily answer that. But that is a good question. Now you do got me thinking about that. Because if we do register a brace, which makes our AR pistol an SBR, then what's the point of having the brace? All people are just gonna take the brace off, and now you again, it's just the whole point of it is for control. What you're trying to do is get millions of people on some type of registry, so you know who has what and where they are. That's all. That's ultimately the end goal of all this is to get the information of all these gun owners, so when the government comes, they know who to come for. So facts. All right. So right. What would be funny? What would be funny if you were gonna actually make a real SBR, like if you were no bullshit, really gonna form one. I think right, form one. I believe. Don't quote me. A rifle and make it an SBR. Wouldn't it be smart, I guess, to do it now while it's free? Right. So, right, just be like, oh yeah, I'm registering this brace, right? But you're really making an SBR, which you're really gonna have to make a registry for anyway. Now instead of paying $200, now it's just free, right? That's something you could do as a gun owner, right? If you want to, haha, the shoe's on the other foot. Mm, facts. Again, agree with DA. Right now is the time. So right now, again, if you've been thinking about building that 10.5, that 11.5, that 12.5, shit, that 13.7, this might be the time to do it, right? I mean, I would say so. Do it at the time now where you know that every purchase is almost like a slap in the face of the government. Now would be more of an incentive to just buy them, Facts. Again, like I said earlier in the video, I don't know when there's like four people or something in here. If nobody registers their brace, how do they know who has it? Right? He's like, oh, I saw your YouTube. All right, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean it's mine. Prove it's mine. All right, get a warrant. But besides that, if no one registers, then what? If you have no target to go after, then who do you go after? All right, 14.5 pin and weld. Those are fine. Uh, I have no problem with it. Uh, Again, 14.5 is a good like intermediate. That's why the military uses 14.5 a lot for their M4s. Um, so again, I don't have any qualms about it. The only thing I would say is that if you're going to pin and weld, make sure that muzzle device. Uh, I would say find a suppressor that you really want and get a muzzle device for that. So when you pin on that muzzle device, your suppressor can go on it, and then you don't have to be like, oh man, I pinned a weld at this A2 bird cage, but now I got to take it off. and do something funky somehow to get it off, right? Or just end up buying a whole nother barrel. So find the suppressor you want, then get a pin and weld. Not for a brace, because you didn't have to do no background check or real paperwork for a brace, besides a receipt. Yeah, gun show is gonna be packed. And they want pictures of your gun with a brace on it, so they make you keep it. That way, not be able to change it. Well, that's kind of dumb, right? And then at the same point, if they want a picture, all right, cool. I'll take my picture with the brace on. The moment that picture's done, I'm gonna put my stock back on it. Again, that's why these laws are so stupid. Because again, like you make up a law and people just like this, right? The government be like, "Oh, you got to register your brand." People like weave. Right. Right. So I mean, again, if you're gonna that changes the ruling from a pistol to SBR, then no one's gonna put a brace on their SBR. That'd be stupid. Hey guys, my grandpa's here. All right.
Heartburn and everything. What's going on?
All right. So, all right. If y'all didn't know, for the last live, we were showing guns and they took us down, so we can't show no guns in here. But basically, the video is on my thoughts on the ATF brace ruling. I don't know if you want to give your thoughts on it.
Man, it's. I think it's a lot, man. I think if the administration stops poking the bear, they probably would make more money.
Because, like I was saying, no, if like there's 40 million braces supposedly,
right?
If everyone went out and double, triple those numbers, like at that point, you got to really start to conceive, like, how are we going to ban 120 million braces? Like it's like I said,
because it's a common item.
Right? Yeah. Someone said in there item. Common use. Like I said, trying to ban.
It's common use now.
Trying to ban a car. Yeah. Like if you try to ban a car, the American system will crash like overnight.
Well, here, check this out. Earlier today, I was watching the JFK thing, and everyone.
I agree, John.
Everyone knows by now that the driver shot him. Guess what he shot him with? A pneumatic pistol.
Like an air gun?
Yeah.
Like a nail gun?
Super high power. The CIA had it. That's what he shot him with it. So my point is this.
Right.
They keep saying, you can't have this. We're going to come up with something else. You can't have that. We're going to do this. You keep stop. Just stop.
Right, like I said, you give them an inch, they take them out.
Exactly. You know? And then the all these rules and regulations that are coming on with the law-abiding people, criminals don't care about your laws. So now you leaving us handicapped. And call the police, they'll come shoot us. So, no, can't do it.
Because I had said, because registering the brace makes your AR pistol an SBR, right?
Right.
So if you do that, why would you have a brace on it? You just put a stock.
That's it.
So it defeats the whole purpose.
Exactly. And the other thing, I was reading something about that new rule that's coming out is they don't want an optic on it. Is that true?
I was hearing that too, that you're not supposed to put an optic on that either.
Don't pistols have optics, your handgun?
Right. So
this is a pistol, this is a pistol.
But if it's SBR, you could put optic on SBR. So is this like an SBRP, a short barrel rifle pistol? Like what we're making up new categories?
Hey, who's that lady that was on TV the other day from one of those states talking about all you need is 9 rounds to protect yourself. Do they still sell Geritol?
I think that was New Mexico, where they say they only want to limit your mag to 9 rounds.
Man, get that lady, send her on a vacation, man.
The thing they should do is that when a politician makes up a law that says you can only have 9 rounds, your whole security team should only be able to carry 9 rounds.
Exactly. That should go across the board.
Exactly. Or you say no one needs a gun, then your whole security team should be unarmed. And at that point, when their security team has no guns, it's gonna be different. It's like, oh shit, it's my ass on the line.
We can have it, but you can't, because we're responsible, whatever. I think if you have one, just go ahead and take it off and destroy it.
Yeah. I said the ultimate goal is just to get a registry of people so they know when we have to come for them, who to come for, and where to come for it.
Man, there's so many guns in this country. You ain't getting. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. You have a lot of soldiers in this country, man. You sent a lot of people to war, and they're trained, and they're here. And I don't know. To me,
it says you can't have a threaded barrel on a handgun in Illinois.
It's always something.
Right.
From each state to state is.
And you
we don't want this, and we don't want that, and
Right, and you see how they do it like that. Oh, no more threaded barrels. Okay, no more braces. No more optics. It's piece by piece, right?
Spoon feed them like you throw a frog in the frying pan and turn it on two. He ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's just it's whatever, man.
All right, so just want to see y'all's thoughts. I was going live while you was gone.
Oh yeah.
We ain't here. I was showing like the office.
Yeah, show them the office.
We're slowly, bit by bit, getting it done. All right. We got the rooms back there. So that's gonna be our little work room where we fix and there we go. Everything's office. There we go. And that's gonna be our office. Right, that's gonna be your office back there. Your office.
Yeah, mine's all the way down there.
All right, that's a little break room, and we got the cool stuff other places.
Yeah, we got some space up in here.
Yeah, I like it. So much more room for activities.
Yeah.
All right, so
we get it together. I'm about to go get me some chips, man. I'm hungry.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Every time I do a video like this, like after a while, it's like, I'm hungry. I do a lot of talking.
You want some chips, man? Some water? What you want?
Oh no, they got that fish and chicken restaurant, whatnot, that had like the Philly right around the corner, whatnot. Yeah. Jacksonville got a whole bunch of those fish and chicken restaurants that sell like fish, Philly cheesesteaks, chicken sandwiches, burgers. If you've been in Jacksonville, you know what I'm talking about, right? There's like the Tunis, right? So, right, exactly. The same people who are creating weapons to literally murder hundreds of thousands of people in a second are telling you, nah, you only need 9 rounds. I'm telling you only need 9 nukes. So I want to. Y'all got any questions? I ain't gonna keep you right here too long. It ain't gonna be an hour live. But yeah, so just want to get my thoughts. Get out those thoughts.
It's always something, man. I'm not even moved by it. I'm not even shook by it. It's because it's always something.
I'm pretty sure eventually they'll probably do something. If enough people start putting red dots on their pistols, eventually they'll probably like no one needs to acquire a target that fast, right?
I honestly believe they want to take your pistol, so
they want to take everything.
When they come knock at your door, you can't fight back.
If they'll take everything they could.
Yeah.
Right. Go back to putting us in like how they did the Japanese in World War II, put us in like concentration camps, internment camps.
But if you look through history, every dictatorship
started by
at least. Yep.
Yeah, they started by
10 years before it went down. They took all the firearms out of the country. That's why Australia is telling the U.S. don't let them take your guns.
Hey, you in Jacksonville, Brown? If you in Jacksonville, you ain't come seen us, we gonna fight.
Oh.
All right. But again, I could see him do something stupid like that. No more red dots on pistols,
Yeah, because there's gonna be something else after that.
We found out that it helps criminals kill people faster because they don't have to aim. They just put the red dot on the target and then they squeeze 100 rounds a second. Right? I can see Joe Biden say some dumb shit like that. Now, he already said something stupid like Joe Biden already I think try to put American people in jail twice. First time he said, go off the balcony, shoot a shotgun in the air. Well, that's a warning shot. That's legal. Then the other time he said, just shoot him in the leg. That's also illegal. This man trying to get you locked up. Okay. You want to say hi to our lovely assistant?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Just working. We have to fix my skin. I have to go downstairs.
Put him to work. Look at that. We got assistants. Boy, we moving on up. We on the top floor. We used to be downstairs. And now we upstairs. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey, when you in town, man, come stop by the office. Come see us. Come shoot with us. Hey, hey, do what you want with your rifle, but I low key agree because again, if you want to change out some, now you have to get a whole different barrel. So I don't do the pin and weld, especially what's going on now. You might as well just get that 13. You might as well just get that 13.7, put a stock on it, and just say hoorah. What up, downright? Right? To do something like that. But the thing that makes it different is that back then they really restricted how many black people were allowed to have firearms and what type of firearms. But nowadays we have the firearms, we just don't have the training. Now, can you imagine if we had the firearms and the training? That Rosewood shit be out the window. Mm-hmm. And remember, this whole thing is voluntary. This whole registry is voluntary, right? They're not putting a gun to your head, right? None of that, right? They just said, we're going to make this illegal, all right? Well, you're going to have to come find it first. And then if you're going to make it illegal, all I'm going to do is just put a stock on. And so you're never going to find it anyway. Oh, man. Agreed. Because majority of the people adopt. I like what Erica Badu said. She said that 85% of the people followers, 10% are like the creators, and 5% are the observers, right? So 85% of the people just follow what the 10%, the government, the celebrities, athletes, follow what all they do, right? And try to emulate what they do. And the other 5% see the game that's going on, see the influence, seeing the Illuminati, that type of stuff, right? All the illusions that's going on that's tricking the 85%. And so what happens is that the 10% start killing off that 5% so they don't influence the 85%. So that's basically, what's going on. Because 85% of the people are always just gonna follow. No matter what. They're just gonna follow who is in charge. And so right? They say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, I'm doing great.
They say, "What's the lovely assistant's name?"
The lovely assistant's name is Promise.
It's Promise, y'all.
Was that another one? Or was it me?
This is new.
I know.
Yeah, I got this.
Net gains, boy. Talk about gains. Look at these gains. I ain't gonna lie. That's 3-4 months. I'm liking it. I'm sore right now. It was arms legs day, so I ain't gonna lie. My legs be like shaking going up the stairs. Yeah, supposedly, Leon, if you register within 120 days, it's a free. You don't have to pay $200. But the thing is, like I said before, the ATF processes 2 million, 2.5 million tax stamps a year. So for them to try to do 40 million is going to remember that's 2 million a year. To do 40 million and what a 6-month period, that's not going to happen, right? So there's going to be millions of people, a lot of people out there with braces with the registry, right? I registered. Well, it's been more than 120 days, and now you have an illegal item, and we're coming in your house to get it because guess what? You told us where it is. So, so take that into account. Yeah, that's why I don't watch political debates. Like when I was watching like Trump and like Biden, Trump and Hillary, right? I was who was a Beto O'Rourke. I was looking at all these clowns running for office. I'm just like, how this cannot be the best that America has to offer. I already know it's not, right? I could go to a fishing pier and find more knowledge and education on a fishing pier than I can at a political debate. Mm. All right. Again, if they don't listen, if the government don't even want white people to have guns, they think they want your black ass to have guns. Come on now. Shit. Only now, but guess what? Once they take the guns, that's good. Oh, that's a weapon that yeah, that's ban it. All right. What up, well dressed? Mm. Right. Basically, it's a cartoon. It's a comedy, and somehow we're living this comedy. Right. This comedy is our fucking political system. The people who make our laws and make sure this and that happens and our country doesn't collapse. Right. That's what a time to be alive. Hmm? So anyway, I'm not gonna keep y'all here too long. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. Uh, Again, I want to thank you guys, all 54 of y'all, for coming into the live. I know, Locke, you don't ever tell us. I know, because when I want to go live, it's just like on the spot. I don't really be like, oh, 3 days from now, I want to go live, right? But I want to thank you guys for coming in, watching the video, giving your thoughts, spending time with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in
Right.
and giving your thoughts and spending time with us.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
again, if you're looking for firearms training, to get certified for CCW, or you're looking to purchase a firearm because we're in FFL, you can sign up with KNA. The link will be on the YouTube when the video goes live on the YouTube channel in that description box. Right. So,
Awesome.
all right. Any final words?
Stay dangerous or stay safe.
Facts. All right. Out.